morning, Brad.
I'm already laughing.
We're laughing because this is going to be a train wreck. I already know it. Well, this is like episode 21, and as promised, we have another guest.
We do.
And I got to start this one off with saying that anything that is said in this episode, people have to know that me and Eddie are friends. We insult each other daily. So it's going to be a little
loosely.
It's going to be a little bit of shop talk, and I have to start with telling Eddie to watch his language because this is family friendly. Okay, buddy?
I'll do my best.
All right, this is our good buddy Eddie, who's out in a suburb of Phoenix, Arizona. And Eddie, I'm going to let you tell about your store as much details as you want. If you want to name drop. If not, I understand. But just tell us a little bit about your store and how long you've been doing it, and then we're going to ask some questions for you.
So we're in Surprise, Arizona, about
Do you say like
15
surprise?
minutes outside of Phoenix.
Like surprise,
we've been
Arizona.
So we've been in.
Okay.
We've been in the business now for, this is our 23rd year, 21st year. Sorry.
Nice.
Dang.
But we've been in the business for overall since I can remember. My dad actually started doing bench work since I was a little kid. He started out in Mexico doing stuff there. He came up to the U.S. and then started his own business here, or had the dream of starting his own business here. So I remember as a kid helping him doing bench work in the garage as a kid. And in Phoenix, it gets a little warm.
Oh, yeah.
So
I imagine.
Yeah. So I was helping him do polishing and whatnot, when I was like, 13, 14 years old.
So how many siblings do you have? It's you and two others?
So Daniel.
Yeah.
And my sister, she stays at home with her kids. So she's not involved in the business.
So it's just you three kids, though, right?
Yeah.
So you and Daniel got brought in, I would imagine, very, very, very early.
Yeah. Daniel, that's pretty much all he's done his whole working career.
Well, let's see. You're pushing 50, and this is your 21st year, right?
Yeah. I'm almost ready to retire here soon.
Yeah. You're almost as old as Brad. It's crazy.
Almost.
Yeah.
I feel so young. All right. So all right.
Wait. So you were polishing in the garage in Phoenix?
Yeah.
In the summer.
I was in the summer.
It's a dry heat.
It's a dry heat.
It was something, man.
Dude.
When you're polishing, your hands are all dirty and gross, and you're sweating, and
yes.
So I'd be trying to wipe my brow with dirty hands,
right.
And so I'd look like I was had like war paint on my face by the end of the day.
Gosh.
So it was something, man. So it was nice when finally when we moved into a new house and got a third car garage. Turned it into like a little shop with AC, and that was pretty glorious.
Felt like
so it was.
Upgrade.
It was pretty neat to see the progress over the years. So going from doing bench work, as a kid with my dad, and now running a store that basically supports 5 different families, and we've got a pretty solid name in the community now, and I mean it's pretty neat to see.
Nice.
My dad had that American dream, and he got there. So
nice.
It's cool to see.
That is.
All right. So your dad. So are you and your dad both pretty much on the bench all the time now?
My dad does most of the bench work.
Okay.
I'm kind of 50-50. I kind of jump in when it gets real crazy and busy, but I do a lot of the front end too, with sales and whatnot.
So you're like us. You have to do both. So you get to experience like the fun and the pain of bench work, but also the fun and pain of dealing with people.
Yeah, I do.
So
I do. Sometimes the bench is a little bit of a getaway.
Dude, I bet because y'all have like
absolutely.
but y'all have all your shop is like in the back where people can't mess with you or ask you questions.
Yeah, exactly. yeah. It's funny because we have a window, and it feels so weird when people come up to the window, they're just staring at you.
Like
You're not going to switch my diamond, are you?
like you're in the aquarium.
Imagine if you had no window and your bench was just out on the sales floor like ours is.
Oh
Imagine
my
that.
gosh, I can't even fathom that. I've never had that experience, so
It's
I
horrible,
can't speak
Eddie.
to that. But,
It's horrible.
It's
horrible.
I think it doesn't affect us too much because we're the
affects
ones
me.
we're the ones doing the bench work. So when somebody comes in, we have to stop doing bench work to
True.
go help them.
Yep.
So they never get to really see us working because we can't start working until they leave.
Which they're blown away by.
Yeah,
They're like,
no,
"Oh,
that's
you're behind?"
that's a good point. But
Yeah, we'll be in here. I think just recently it'll be like 4 or 5 people in here. It's just me and Brad helping them. And we're like, yeah, we're like pretty behind on repairs. Give us like 10 days. And they're like, 10 days. And I'm like, yeah, we're the ones who do the work.
Because you people keep coming
And we
in.
haven't sat down for the last hour to do anything. So yes, it'll take 10 days. But anyway, so I really do. I can't even imagine. I guess maybe my kids will be in your place one day, possibly. But like you work with your dad, your mom, and your brother every single day.
yeah,
I would imagine there are times where it's like pretty cool that you don't think about it, but I would imagine there's other times where it absolutely sucks. I kind of want to hear the extremes of like, here's the good part, but then here's like,
yeah, it's it's
crappy
great.
part.
It's really a blessing to be able to work with your family.
Is it?
But gosh, I can't tell you how many times I've gotten fired and how many times I quit. And the next day I come back after I've just gotten fired, and
like nothing ever
I come
happened.
back the next day after I've just quit. So it's
I'm done with this place.
but the great thing is that I can't get fired,
That's true.
but also I can't really quit. So it's
yeah.
but it definitely is. It's a blessing. Seeing each other grow and seeing my brother helping grow our business, and just you get to see your family in a different light than most people get to.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah,
So there's got to be,
it's pretty cool. But
there's got to be a couple stories that are just like, man, I almost wanted to fight my brother
oh gosh,
or my dad.
yeah. I mean, it's we're lucky we don't. I was just thinking of like OC choppers. Those guys. I mean, they're throwing chairs. I've never had a chair thrown at me, but yeah, I mean, we're pretty mild. We don't get into super heated arguments that regularly. Hopefully not, but nothing really sticks out of my mind where we were just. Gosh, I'm just trying to think of some story, but no, I mean
You guys more
like I
like
said, I mean,
passive aggressive type.
yeah, I would say so.
So it's like I'm not going to punch him, but I'm going to make sure,
I'm gonna make his life a little more difficult today,
and vice versa, probably.
Yeah.
Good luck
Yeah.
finding these side cutters.
Yeah. No, it's but no, we get along pretty well. We like any family, we argue every so often, but it's a blessing. It's a blessing to be able
You
to work with them.
ever have a little bit of a power struggle, like even if it's just like a portion of the business, like I'm in charge here, like this is my thing.
Dusty thinks your store is Yellowstone, apparently.
No, there can be sometimes, but what we've really tried to do is kind of define our roles a little more.
Yeah,
Initially, yeah, for sure. We used to kind of, it's a weird dynamic because Daniel's younger than me by 7 years. So he's kind of the manager of our store. So sometimes when he tells me what to do, I'm kind of like, shut up. Leave me alone.
Go
You
away.
know? But ultimately, I have to say, all right, well, I have to kind of let that go and say, well, he's running the business,
yeah.
So I have to kind of, set down my pride and get done what needs to get done, So, but we've kind of learned to take on those roles separately, and there's a little bit here and there, but for the most part, we've gotten pretty good about kind of doing our thing and knowing what needs to be done. which,
Yeah.
I think that's pretty common in a lot of family businesses. There's a lot of that power struggle and who's going to be in charge. You're the older brother, you're the younger sister, whatever it is,
Yeah.
it's just so.
Now, I know because I've known you for a long time, so I know we've shared stories. And every jeweler has like these handful of stories that are like, you're not going to believe this happened. And you'll have to refresh my memory, and I don't think, Brad, you know this story. There is a story that involves poop in your store, correct?
Oh.
I've had several.
Oh my
Which
god.
one do you want to hear?
I don't know. You just tell them both,
Oh
or
my gosh.
however many there are.
Oh my god.
Well, this one got me in trouble a few years ago.
Let's hear it.
Because I posted about it.
I
and-
pooped on the sales floor. Apparently that's
Oh,
frowned
gosh.
upon.
Well, what happened is, so I was, helping somebody. I was actually near the door, luckily. And I saw this lady get out of her car, and she had this bag that I was like, what is that? What is that? Like, she had like this hose hanging out of the side of her pants.
Oh god!
And I'm like, what is she carrying? And as she's walking closer to the door, I'm seeing it dripping out of the hose. I'm like, is that what I think it is? Well, she like starts walking towards the door. She's getting closer and closer. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, she's coming in.
No.
And she comes into the door, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to handle this. I've never had this happen before. What do I do? And so I'm just trying to keep her at the door and trying to get her out as quickly as we could. And
Oh,
you'll never guess what kind of customer she was.
Watch battery.
Watch battery.
Of course it was.
She's like, do you guys do watch batteries? I'm like, yes, we do. And of course, but it's not like a quick, hey, do you guys just do watch batteries?
Oh yeah.
She's like asking me about, how long it'll take. And, I'm like, why don't we do this a different day?
Poop is dripping
So-
the whole top.
It's only
So-
those type of battery customers, bro. I don't get it.
I got this watch.
It's like this can wait. Whatever's happening in my
I got
body.
this
Yeah.
from my husband who died. Listen,
And the thing is, like, the thing about it is, the whole time she's acting like this is a normal thing for her. And I'm just like,
It's not
is
normal
this
for me.
Is this an everyday occurrence? I mean, how does this work? So.
oh my god.
So, she was in the store for probably about 2 or 3 minutes. And of course, that's enough time to just make quite a bit of a mess. Luckily, I didn't have to clean it up.
That's
I was
because
just like, I don't know what do I do with this?
that's the manager's job, right?
Daniel.
Yeah, exactly. That's Daniel's job. Hey,
I gotta go size a ring Daniel some poop on aisle 2 over near the bridal section.
it was, yeah.
So what? JHJ didn't like you posting about that, huh?
Wait, what happened?
Oh, he froze on us. That's
Oh.
what happened.
Oh.
Now we have to talk while Eddie
I'm-
froze.
yeah.
Oh, you're back. Hold on. You hear us? Dang it. You got to work on your connection, Eddie. You there?
Is it me?
All right.
Yeah,
I
you're
got you
good.
now. I got you now.
Okay.
So you posted it on
I can hear
JHJ
you.
and people didn't like that?
Yeah, people thought I was making fun of her. Most people understood, but I was just like, guys, this is not a normal everyday occurrence.
No, it's
And people thought I was like making fun. I didn't post a picture. I didn't post her name or anything, but they got. I shouldn't say. Not everybody got upset. A few people did.
well, that's everything
The
on the
typical,
internet.
Yeah,
internet
no.
type of response.
Like,
Some people just
So-
are scrolling to look for a reason to get upset. I get it.
Yeah, yeah,
So there's
So-
there's a second poop story.
yeah. This one happened when we first opened. Almost. This older gentleman walks in the store, and I remember he had shorts on, and he just kind of shook his leg a little bit.
Oh no!
oh my gosh.
And we look on the floor. It's like, well, he was embarrassed, obviously, so he walked out.
Did you try to kick it out?
We look on
Try
the
to kick it
floor,
out
we're
like a little rock out the store.
God.
we look at we look on the floor. Like, what is that? It was like that. It was like that Office episode. Packer poops in Michael's office. It's like, what the heck is that on the floor? So we're like looking, kind of. It's like, oh, dang, it's poop. And so, of course,
Get the manager out there to clean that one up.
yeah.
Oh
Actually,
my
no, you know what?
gosh.
Hold on. It's been so long, I forgot a detail. So, no, the guy was still in the store. He kind of stood there for a little bit. And my dad walks out and he's like, "What is that?" And the guy is like, just turned bright red, and he's like, just walks out, realizing that he had just pooped on our floor.
It's like, I don't know what that is. What is that?
Yeah.
He should have been acting.
I saw it when I walked in.
So,
Y'all just got crap on your floor. Is that the kind of business you're running?
Brad, didn't we
So,
have...
of course, this was a long time ago, so, I don't remember all the details exactly, but, so, of course, my brother Daniel had to, at the time, he wasn't as high up in the rink yet, so,
He was janitor at that point.
My mom's like yelling, "Daniel, go clean up that poop."
So the evolution of their store is the janitor, who is Daniel, has to clean up poop, and then as you get to become manager, your responsibilities are cleaning up poop.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's our industry right
well,
there.
that's the thing about, having a family business. We all kind of take on those roles,
Oh, yeah, I know
And
that.
It's a multifaceted role.
I need Isaiah here for this, because
yes.
we have a story, but I can't remember the details either. But nobody actually pooped in here, but I think somebody might have pooped out in our parking lot.
Yes, yeah. They definitely needed to poop. I was not here for it, so...
yeah, it was basically like... Because our store we don't have a public bathroom because we're so small, and the bathroom's like by the safe and behind the counter. And so it was like a guy was just like, "Hey, I got to use the bathroom." I'm like, "Oh, I'm so..." And at first he didn't make it a big deal. And I'm just like, "No, I'm so sorry. We don't have a public bathroom," because I can't just let him back behind the counter. It's by our safe. It's just weird. And probably not safe, even though he's an old man. But I think you could tell, like, as we were helping him and his wife, that things were, like, maybe getting worse, and he was about to have an issue. And so, like, he just, like, bolts outside, and he's just outside standing there, and I'm like, I think this man is pooping his pants outside. I really did feel bad. You do feel bad in those situations, but it's like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, what do you do?
Use the bathroom?
I mean, if your bathroom's in a secure area, what are you going to do? I mean, let somebody go in the back and poop in your bathroom?
So that's the only two poop stories, or do you have a third one?
Gosh, I can't. No, that was pretty much the only two.
I
poops.
I thought I only heard two.
But no, I mean, if you work with the public, you're eventually going to run into some poop. So it's just the nature of the business.
I swear, what we talk about all the time here is just like, I feel like in jewelry stores, you have encounters with the public that are unlike any other experience, and I don't understand it. I really don't.
Yeah, we're kind of closely related to hairdressers, I think, People just tell us everything, details that I don't really sometimes care to know.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah. But
you got any any new developments, new crazy stories around there?
Oh gosh. Oh, here's a really funny one. This just happened. We had a lady a couple days ago.
Also, don't cough on the podcast.
Oh, sorry. Is there a cough button? We had a lady about a couple days ago. She came in. She actually called in first, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, how are we going to handle this? This is going to be a crazy one." And so I'm thinking, "Oh gosh." Well, luckily I didn't have to help her, but she came in and brought probably a whole box full of old costume rings, and she swore that her family had taken the diamonds out of her rings, and so she wanted us to verify that her family hadn't actually taken all the diamonds out of her rings. Mm-hmm. And so she comes in, like a day later, and we spent probably about 2 hours with her just trying to convince her that her family did not, in fact, switch the diamonds out of her costume rings. And she's telling us this whole backstory. And what's even funnier, actually, is her husband was with her, and she's accusing him in front of us. I mean, obviously, the poor lady, she's kind of...
Oh, here we go.
Hold on, man. You're breaking up.
Hopefully you guys can help me out. Oh, you're breaking up.
Can you hear me? Bit.
Yep, you're back. You're back.
Is that better?
We're real professional setup.
So, he's just kind of looking for... he's just kind of looking for us to kind of, confirm that he, in fact, wasn't a thief. And this poor lady, I mean, we spent probably about 2 hours with her just trying to convince her that her costume jewelry was not switched out. So
I mean, it
she
could've
told
been.
us she had called the police, and she'd actually been with the police all day, so the police had already dealt with her. And so we were kind of the last resort. And, luckily it all worked out in the end, but it was just kind of funny and annoying,
I'm guessing we are what we deal with every day is kind of like what police officers deal with every day. I feel like it's probably a little different, slightly more dangerous,
Yeah.
but basically the same.
Which one is more dangerous?
Oh, I don't know, man. Some of the stuff been coming in this shot. I'm just kidding.
On any given day.
no.
Yes.
Yeah. For some, I mean, I would like to think that, a lot of the police, their day in and day out is just, pulling people over for speeding, and they go about their life, and it's pretty uneventful, but it is never uneventful around here. I can tell you that. Never.
No, for sure. Yeah.
So did y'all have
Definitely
a good,
not,
y'all had a good 2025 and good December?
Yeah. Yeah. We have been remarkably busy.
No.
A lot of repairs.
Dude,
A lot of repairs
same.
I've noticed. We just cannot catch up with repairs.
How many
It's pretty incredible how many repairs we're doing. A lot of.
are y'all pretty like? What's the wait time when somebody drops off a repair? Like right now.
So normally our turnaround time is about a week.
Same.
Right now we are at about 2 to 3 weeks.
Nice.
That's just and that's with two jewelers working on it. Two
Yeah.
bench jewelers.
Yeah, we've been saying about 10 days. I think next week on Monday it's a short day anyway. I think we're gonna close and just stay and work all day and get caught up. We would actually be able to get a lot faster if we had like a full-time salesperson, but I don't think our store warrants it yet. So other than it's you, your mom, your dad, your brother, and do y'all have other employees as well?
Yeah, we have one other employee.
Okay, she full-time?
Yeah, she's full time.
Okay.
Yeah, and she is just a workhorse, man. She just does so much. She's actually the one that cleaned the poop, so we're grateful for her.
Dang. Man.
She got promoted
For real.
just for a moment.
Yeah.
Hey, I said
Yeah.
stop coughing.
Oh, sorry.
Just leave
Hey,
it to
listen,
the
I've never
mic.
been on a podcast before, so
You're good, man. You're good. This isn't a real one, so
This
it's
is not
okay.
it's a fake one.
This is just a practice one.
We're getting ahead with everybody, just scheduling all these phone calls out, and I should have done this before. We had a stretch of so many guests, but I'm trying to switch to like an online service where it will make this a lot easier. But this is what I love and hate about what we do here, because we're trying to like make memes in a podcast, but like as soon as we hang up, we have to like work and help customers, and at the end of the day, you're like, I don't have time to figure out new technology and new ways of doing things.
What percentage of your day would you say you dedicate to making memes?
Like
and
1%.
working on jewelry.
Oh,
No, it's
I have to say, you guys crank those things out, man.
Well, for the record, Eddie has definitely helped in making some and sent them to
Absolutely.
me, and I have shared them. Especially, let's get to the truth of the matter. The whole reason this even started has a lot to do with you, Eddie, because I don't know why his name is slipping my brain. Byron, right? Was it Byron? Is that his name?
Byron. Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah, Byron.
way back when, we were all in JHJ, and we would make stupid memes. And me and you personally used to get so irritated when people would steal it and share it as if it was their own. And so
I still do.
I know. We still do.
Pisses me off.
And we came up with the idea, like, hey, we got to watermark these so we can keep track of them. So it started like that, just mostly me and you, and occasionally Byron, just making these stupid memes for JHJ. And then we started watermarking them, mostly so we could keep track. And then I only started the Instagram page so that I had a place to store them and keep track of them. Not really knowing, obviously I was going to do it regardless because it's fun. And me and you both and Brad would just like making stupid memes, so it's fun. So we were going to do it regardless whether 10 people saw it or 20,000 people saw it. So it is kind of funny that here we are now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy how
You're part of
it's
our,
turned
like-
into an actual thing now,
You're part of our, like,
crazy.
what's that, like all the people that were behind Facebook in the early days when they were in college, but then only what's his name gets all the credit. That's me. I'm basically
pretty much how it's gone, yeah.
What's his name? Zuckerberg. Is that?
Zuckerberg. Yep.
I'm basically Zuckerberg right now.
So
I get no credit.
Eddie's probably like the second most of all the memes that have been posted. He's probably the second most one that has been creating them, basically, right? Like it's primarily you, and then Eddie.
In the early days, which I think it was like, 5 years ago maybe, when we started actually keeping track of them. But yeah, in those days, like we were both cranking them out. And I just got the joys of having to, because he would send them and be like, "Oh, you got to watermark this. Oh, you got to. Oh, can you do this?" Or he'd send it to me, and I'd be like, "Bro, it looks like crap," and I had to remake it. Also, I think, never mind. I thought we lost Eddie for a minute. So I was doing all the heavy lifting, but no, actually, he was doing the idea lifting. And then you'd be like, "Here, watermark this," and I'd be like, "All right, I'm busy. Hurry up and watermark it. I want to post it to JHJ."
Yeah, those were the good old days. That was. Gosh, but you guys, I don't know how you guys do it now. It's like I've run out of ideas at this point. There's, but you guys just keep cranking them out, and they're pretty. I mean, I got to be honest, they're pretty solid memes still.
I just show up for the podcast, so it's all Dusty.
Is Dusty the one that comes up with all the ideas?
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like we have one. Like, well, honestly, like we said it before, but every idea just comes from like dealing with people all day.
Yeah.
And so it's like as soon as a customer leaves, I'm like, "Oh, dude, we should do a meme like about this," and it'll be like the interaction that just happened. But sometimes I'm just scrolling Instagram like we all do, and I'll see something funny. I'm like, "Oh, I can force this into a jewelry idea." So,
yep.
I think people overestimate, probably our wives too, overestimate how much thought I give to all this, because it does look like I give it a lot of thought, but I really don't. It just flows right. When it's in you, it just comes right out.
I do give it a lot of thought. I probably waste more time than I should on memes.
There's nothing wrong with that,
right?
But that's how we get through. I think this
makes it fun.
Yeah, no,
and it shows just how we deal with the same things. Exactly. When somebody likes a meme 700 times, or when you get 700 likes, I should say. You get, it's kind of neat to see how we all deal with exactly the same people, no matter what part of the country, no matter what part of the world, people are exactly the same.
That's the crazy part. It's just like around the world, like when people send me stuff and I have to hit the translate button, and it's basically like, yep, I have to deal with that.
Somebody pooped on my floor.
We're gonna get so many stories after this post about, we had somebody poop in our store, and that's all I'm going to hear about for the next 2 weeks is poop stories.
Have we made a poop meme yet? I don't know that we've actually made one yet.
Now that I'm thinking about it,
that should be such an obvious one.
Now that I'm thinking about it, it would be easy to do a poop meme when it comes to like hollow rope chains for sure. That would be very easy to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I was listening to the podcast we did a couple of days ago. I think it was with Callie.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she said a story. And I thought that, this is, speaking of everybody dealing with the same exact thing, literally, I had a lady who came in years ago. She brought in a 22-inch chain, which was written on her receipt. Mm-hmm. And she comes back and she says, "You guys made my chain longer." And I'm like, what do you mean? And, I took it, I measured it out. It's like, look, it's 22 inches, just like you dropped it off. And she says, "No, you just wrote that on the receipt." I'm like, "What do you mean? It's a copy. I didn't just write it on the receipt." So she tells me, she's like, "If you don't fix my chain, I'm never coming back. I need it back at 18 inches.
Yeah.
You're like,
sorry guys, I keep coughing here.
No, you're good.
So I cut off 4 inches from her chain, fixed it, gave her back to her, and I was like, "Do you want the extra piece?" She's like, "No, I don't want that." Like, all right, well, have a good day.
So after that got posted, Daniel messaged me that same story. It was like,
that's funny.
I think I ended up sharing it because it was like, yeah. So we always, make the customers always right.
Exactly
we took the gold back.
So yeah, it's funny. It's people we deal with sometimes, but it's worth it.
No, it's worth it at the end of the day. I think this is it's weird that this is such a painful, fun, excruciating industry. But then when you get together with other people in the industry, it's like you just instantly are just telling stories, sharing stories, experiences. And I think groups like JHJ and obviously, in a silly way, the meme page, it kind of brings us together. It makes the world feel a little smaller, so that's always nice. Of course, there's always, the outliers of, the people who know everything and the people who know nothing and everything in between and the people who get offended by everything. But in general, most of the time, we're all just relating to one another. And especially because I remember when I first opened my shop here, it was just me for a long time. And you feel like you're working on an island. And I would imagine even with you, because it's just family, so it's like, this is all you know. So the groups like JHJ and the internet and all these pages and groups kind of make it feel like you're working with other people, even though you're really not. Yeah,
well, and it's pretty incredible, like the friendships that I've made through JHJ and
for sure
the business content. It's pretty amazing, with Facebook. I mean, that's how we became friends, is through JHJ, and
dude, it's
our
crazy.
wives talk, and it's we live on the other side of the country.
I know.
Which I'm still trying to convince you to move to my side of the world, but you won't do it. Brad, you can come too.
Oh, awesome! Tell your wife happy birthday.
Oh yeah, it was her birthday. What is it? A couple of weeks ago.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Brad was like, isn't Eddie the one that couldn't remember his wife's birthday? I'm like, I don't know. You'll have to ask him about it.
We all remember
I
at
did
some
remember.
point.
And actually, I think you were the one that reminded me, hey, don't forget that your wife's birthday is something. So I woke up that morning. I was like, I know I'm forgetting something. And then she calls me. She's like, hey, do you know what day it is?
Yes.
So,
it's Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Which happens to be your birthday now that we're thinking about it.
Yeah.
I was gonna tell you later today for reasons. But no, you're right about the friendship stuff, because like I've been a little lucky so far as we're doing this podcast, because so far most of the guests are just like, hey, these are just people I've met over the last 5 to 7 years who have genuinely just become friends, and I can text all of them anytime, ask questions, make jokes, insult each other. And it's almost like we've all known each other our whole life, because we feel like we have, because we've all done this so long that we have similar life experiences. So it's like we're all just – it's weird to feel like you know people that you met on the internet that you've maybe never even met in person.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a bunch of people online that I feel, like you said, I feel like I've never actually met in person. But I feel like if I met them in person, we would just act like, we knew each other since high school or something, It's pretty neat.
And the funny part is when you do meet him in person, you're like, dang, I didn't know Eddie was so short. I didn't know Sean was so tall.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't, actually, it's funny because I didn't know how tall you were, because you're what, like 6'3" or something?
No.
Oh my God.
I'm maybe 6'1". I'm maybe 6'1" if I have the right shoes on.
Oh, maybe this is because I'm so short.
That's it. Exactly.
So it feels like you're really, really tall. No, but for some reason, I didn't think you were that tall. I thought you were like, my height, and you're a couple inches taller than me. So, But anyway, it's funny. It's interesting getting to meet people from JHJ in person,
Yeah. Who do you think? I've been meaning to ask this of everybody we have on here. Like, I should make every guest say who we should interview next, and just keep it. We should start like a train. But,
it's like the ice bucket challenge.
Yeah, just you name like 3 people that
next.
You know what I really want to have on here one day. I think it would be very easy to do. Is I got to have a Leah on here.
Yeah,
I think
that would be interesting for sure.
It'd probably be pure chaos.
I'd be really curious to hear like her background.
Yeah, sure.
Because I think her family's been in the business for like 100 years or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We thought about people like I don't know. I mean, we want to have people that are people, but also just people that are just normal people that have a lot of experience. So.
Yeah, I would throw out Joe Steele.
Oh yeah.
Have you interviewed him yet?
You think he would do it?
I think so.
I actually messaged him yesterday about a random question because I got myself in a weird predicament. And I was like, I wonder if Joe knows how to do this, and he was absolutely no help whatsoever. I was like, dude, have you ever seen this? He was like, nope. And I was like, well, what should I do? He was like, I don't know, man. I hate working on cheap stuff. And I was like, that's it. but what would you do?
That's surprising because he really is a wealth of knowledge, man. That guy knows a lot of. There's stuff that I ask him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, just do this or that." I'm like, oh, "Okay, well, He really does know his stuff.
He is a guy. I'm going to start a list, and then I'll have to add him to the list because this whole year we're trying to like mostly try to bring other people on to just yap about this industry and all this fun stuff that we get to live through.
Because we're tired of prepping for these podcasts. It's just a lot of work coming in 5 minutes before and asking each other what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, like 10, 15 episodes in, we're like, I'm starting to run out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I bet. Well, you know, but you know, everybody kind of brings something different to the game. So you know,
that's right.
Yeah, that would be really interesting, though. I would be really interested in hearing Aaliyah.
All right, that's gonna be sometime this year. We'll reach out. She actually, I don't think she truly knows. I don't think she's connected who I actually am outside of the actual meme account, but she has interacted with me quite a bit and seems. She seems to have a good sense of humor. I know people either love or hate her. Most people seem to love her because she's just a big personality, but I think she genuinely likes to laugh and have fun, so she'll be fun.
Yeah, for sure. All
right, well, what do we got, Brad?
We got like 2 minutes.
We got 2 minutes. We got to go open our... Are you off today?
No, I'm actually about to get ready to head into the shop.
Well, when you get there, tell your mom, dad, and your brother that I said hello, and give them a big old hug. Each individual hugs.
My mom will say, who? And I'll say, the pastor. She'll say, oh, I know who you're talking about. She still knows you as the pastor.
Your mom and most moms, they pick up one fact about somebody.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, that's who they are for the rest of their lives.
Yep.
All right, man. Well, hey, just like I tell everybody on here, because I enjoy talking to you and other people, so I'm sure you'll be back on again when we have like a more specific subject to talk about.
Sounds good.
All right, man.
Well,
take care and tell your family I said hello, and tell your wife and kids we said hello, and we'll talk to you later.
You too.
See you, man.
All right, man. Bye.
Well, that's another one done. Time to pack it in. Brad and Dusty signing off with a tired grin. Got stones to set and prongs to fix before we're through. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll complain to you next week too. Back to the bench. Back to the bench. Where the size and jobs are endless and the deadlines make you clench. We'll be right here, torch in hand.